This week we learnt of the very sad loss of Eric Adolpho, who was a member of the numismatic community. He'll be missed, and his insights into coins will be missed. This is one of the last coins that he had graded with us, and it was a coin that was very special to him, and it was put into a special category in the NGC census as a rare coin. Despite COVID, there's been a lot of activity in both the auction community and coins coming in being submitted for grading at NGC. Here's 3 beautiful crowns that came in this week. I wanted to make sure that I gave you guys the chance to see them. You don't often see such lovely toning. Okay, it's only on one side, but it's still absolutely lovely. It's an 1887. Is this a proof or is this MS? I think it's probably a proof-like MS crown rather than a proof. But 2 other proofs did arrive with it, which I'll show you now. These 2 coins are matte proofs from 1902, and you can see just how nice the surfaces are. You can see the writing on the side. And what's interesting is both of these coins have obviously lasted 120 years without being submitted for grading, and you can see just the difference in toning between them. They've been kept in different environments, and they really do have a very different look and feel. There's a tiny bit of rubbing on that on the sort of uppermost areas, so that one may get a little bit of a less grade than the other one. Here's the last one. Beautiful coin, really crisp portrait, 1902 matte proof. Very, very nice condition coin. That should do very well. Some other quickies. Here's an 1853 penny that I bought from a Facebook group this week. Be interested to see how this grades. You never quite know. Half the coins that I bought through Facebook groups have ended up as details coins, and this 1817 half sovereign was a coin I bought in an auction last November, sent it off to NGC, and because it was delayed by NGC, it was kind of forgotten about, so it was a pleasant surprise when I realised that the coin was actually mine. This next one is an auction win that came in from somebody directly to me to have graded, and these were won at the prestigious Kunka auction, European auction house, very highly regarded, and the person bid for these online and had them delivered straight to me because it saves on a couple of lots of postage if you want them submitted to NGC. So 1835, 5 franc piece, very nice. This one is a very unusual piece. It's a Royal Mint trial coin, a trial £2, and quite an early one in 1981, although it's not dated at all. So these coins actually go for quite large amounts of money. There's not very many of them around, and there are people who really go about collecting all the different trial coins that were there, produced by the Royal Mint and available to test out coin weights and vending machines and that kind of thing. This set of coins, I just wanted to mention this set because I just really like it. It reminds me of my childhood. These were produced by the French Mint, denominated in euros in 2007 for the anniversary of the Little Prince, and everybody will have read these books during their childhood, and a lot of people are after these kind of coins which have a kind of score for nostalgia, as well as large chunk of very nice gold as well, and they did pretty well. I think one of these coins was conserved, maybe 2, can't remember which one at the moment, but I did split them out one had a few marks on, so I let NGC, NCS do their thing with it. Next up, we have Rhodesian coins, Rhodesian gold. They produced a small number of these sets in 1966. You don't see them around too often, particularly that big £5 gold piece, highly desired, and sells on its own for around about £3,000. And then you've got the £1 and the 50 pence, or the 10 shillings as well to go with it in a 3-coin set. There was some conservation done on these coins, if I remember, and they actually did very well. I think one of them was picked out by NGC to be conserved, and then it went up a grade or two in the conservation process. The next little one I've got here is wacky in the extreme. It's a 20 pence piece printed on a foreign planchet. So don't know what planchet it was, but it's something that got into the mill, and it was printed on this particular planchet. Unfortunately, this one I think has had to go back to NGC because they don't seem to know how to spell the word foreign, unfortunately. Coin Connection is the only dealer that really cares about the quality of your coins, and to get 2% off in June, use the code EMMA, E-M-M-A, EMMA, for 2% off the whole of June. So what's the Coin Connection code for June? It's EMMA! Okay, so I picked this one out because I don't get very many coins from Cambodia to be graded, and this coin is celebrating the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games that will now not take place, and I just thought it was a pretty curious, fun coin, also very beautiful. Looks like the temple complex at Siem Reap, Angkor Wat is on the back of it, and it's just really nice. It did very, very well, and there really aren't very many Cambodian coins around, so it's nice to see that one doing so well. Lovely coin. Similarly, it's pretty rare for me to get Japanese coins in for submission to NGC. There's quite a few Japanese coins graded, but they don't tend to come via the UK. So getting this coin in raw, I think it was in a special Japanese holder, but it was conserved and graded by NGC. It's the enthronement of Akihito in 1990, and these coins are very, very sought after and very beautiful. And if you haven't got any Japanese coins in your collection, I recommend you take a look and pick one up and add it. So next we have a bugger of a coin. This has been backwards and forwards to NGC maybe 4 times over 6 months. NGC say that it is an unfrosted obverse die 2 sovereign, and they've graded it as a proof coin with an unfrosted die. And you can see here on the reverse there's almost no frosting anyway, and that's because it's not a proof coin. It is a brilliant uncirculated coin, and NGC often have terrible problems in working out which coins are brilliant uncirculated and which one is a proof. They have been totally intransigent with this and refused to change it, so I have actually finally given up, and maybe they're right, but I don't think they are right. I don't think it's missed out the frosting. I think it is actually a brilliant uncirculated coin, not a proof coin, and they just won't listen. So nothing more I can do on this one. It's a shame it's gone back to its owner. This coin is a coin I've been trying to find out more about this. The person who owns this tells me there are probably only 100 of these around, because Tuvalu, or Perth Mint I think it was produced by, they made this coin without the permission of DC Comics. So they had to get rid of or not sell most of them, but a few got out, and this is one of the ones that was unauthorized by DC but went out, and it's an absolutely lovely coin, solid gold coin, iconic portrait of Superman, the Man of Steel, and probably has a story attached to it. If any of you guys know the story a little bit better, please tell me, because I've been trying to do some online research I couldn't find anything to corroborate that particular story that I've been told. So looking forward to your comments on the Tuvalu 2008 Superman. Hope you enjoyed that. There will be, of course, more videos along, and I hope you like the new format, which is not so much of the unboxing element of it, but just taking interesting coins that come through when they're coming in for grading or coming back from grading, and showing you them and going through some of those interesting stories.